For 6 years, we've been at this.
Creating.
Sharing.
Giving.
Something that started as a hobby slowly became something much more.
Performance isn't just an activity for us.
It's how we all express ourselves and communicate with one another.
The collective that stands before you today was made possible through passion,
Effort.
Consistency.
And above all else, friendship.
This is the story of who we are.
Our presence here today is our commitment to growth within our community.
dysFUNKcrew is a celebration of differences between where we're all from, our separate lived experiences, our interests outside of dance, even the variations within our appearances. There is nothing on the surface about us that should work. However, our partnership is much deeper than what appears on the surface. We have come to learn that dysFUNK works best when everyone in dysFUNK works. While our differences may make us dysfunctional, they are also what make us uniquely productive, charming, and warm. When each of us come together with the shared goal of contributing to our community, we become a kaleidoscope of positivity, giving to those around us by reflecting the energy that we receive from one another. It is this idea of togetherness and sharing through creativity that have allowed us to exist this long.
I'm tired. Give me a minute. Hold on. Whew. Okay, I'm ready now. Many of us met each other at Massachusetts College of Liberal Arts. Woohoo, yes. And we were all part of MCLA's dance company. While we all enjoyed our time together, we knew we had to move on with our lives following graduation. As fate would have it, we all found ourselves back together in the Berkshires for full-time jobs. Yeah. It was great to be together, but we really felt like something was missing without dance as a part of our lives. One night, Michael and Kayla were out at Key West, a local bar in North Adams, which, by the way, has the best mozzarella sticks in town, right? When the DJ played Whitney Houston's "Oh, I Wanna Dance with Somebody," and Michael and Kayla did what they do best, dance. A woman approached the two of them and asked if they were part of a dance crew. And Kayla replied, "Yes, why yes we are." And Michael looked at her and nodded along with her white little lie. Kayla texted us the very next day, proposing that we revisit the very thing that made us friends in the first place. And thus, on January 28th, 2013, our very own community as dysFUNKcrew was formed. If you're wondering how we got our name,
you might want to do it size order. They kind of have to get.
All right, switch it around. Do the other side.
I'm just in the middle, actually, so
You guys are giving me a heart attack and a heart attack.
on 8 or on 1?
Heads down. Everyone open up on 1.
Okay.
Right? And do it like a warp kind of thing.
is Becky not moving?
Becky just looks up.
At the same time, or we're warping out?
Warping out at the same time. On 1.
Oh, we're gonna warp it.
Warping out at the same time on one. Okay. There goes everyone's head. All right, everyone. What? No. No arms. No arms. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Almost. Where's Mike? Can you guys change it to a slide?
Wait, how do you warm up? I just went.
Can you guys change it to a slide? Last time. Slide out. And slide further than the person in front of you. 5, 6, 7. Ashton! No! Go back. Go back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Okay, that was better, but no one slid. No one slid except Mike. Thank you.
All right, dysFUNK, should we try that again one more time? 3 years later, you think we can do it? All right, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Jamal, was that it? We still don't have it. Okay, I don't even know what he wanted us to actually do. dysFUNKcrew couldn't have been formed without the merging of communities and cultures. So now that you understand what happened, let's explore how it happened through a sociological lens. We all met each other while we were in college, so we're going to talk about some higher education theories. And I know not all of you are currently in college, but I promise that this is still relevant to how an individual develops and grows in a new community. So when a student arrives their freshman year of college with way too many clothes and an endless supply of ramen noodles, they're expected to begin assimilating to their new environment. In 1989, Dr. John C. Weidman called this process socialization. Students work towards gaining new knowledge, attitudes, skills in order to mesh with others and learn in their new environment. Some of the critiques of that theory is that students had to work really hard to be a part of their community and to be accepted into it. So think about what that means for students from minority backgrounds, low-income areas, rural areas, who essentially had to give up parts of themselves, their hometown, their home culture, their language, in order to learn this new foreign community. In 2000, Rendon, Jalomo, and Nora came up with their own theory called dual socialization, or biculturalism. This theory expressed the importance of a student learning about their new community while maintaining their home culture, home language, their way of life that they had before they came to college. dysFUNKcrew couldn't have been formed without that biculturalism aspect. In a great community, you're allowed to learn and express your home culture, but you also have the opportunity to teach it and share it with others. So we were able to teach each other and teach our community, all while learning our new environment of the Berkshires. So going back on our history, let's look at a few ways that we were able to succeed in our new community while drawing on our past communities.
Michael is from Boston and was introduced to step in middle school by his stepmaster. The art of stepping originated in Africa, known as gumboot dance, where dancers created sounds and rhythms using their hands and feet, specifically wearing boots. This has influenced what we see as stepping in America today. It's mainly seen in college sororities and fraternities in the South and within Black communities. Becky is from the Berkshires and knew very little about stepping. She met Michael in college and he introduced her to this cultural art form. Becky is a hip-hop teacher at Berkshire Dance Theater, where she now teaches her students how to step.
Michael was able to balance both his old and new community by teaching Becky and therefore teaching the larger community. Socializing yourself in multiple ways can be advantageous for yourself. For example, Jamal liked to film recreationally before going to college, and throughout college he worked to perfect his craft. Jamal later offered to record and produce the dysFUNK shows and performances, and years later he now owns a professional company, Ahmed Multimedia.
That is the remarkable thing about allowing people to bring their culture to the table. Navigating multiple communities is difficult, but sometimes something magical happens. We returned to our college community for the first time as dysFUNKcrew for an MCLA dance company performance in 2014. Taylor and Jasmine attended that first performance, and now are recent graduates of MCLA and are members of dysFUNKcrew. We had never anticipated that a performance like this would be instrumental in shaping our crew as you see it today, helping to expand our own community by pulling from the communities we once belonged to.
So, as you see, our crew couldn't be more diverse. We each brought a little bit of ourselves, our cultures, and hometown to the table. We have formed our own little community and are working to impact the surrounding environment. I bet you're all wondering how we made that happen. I see you over there. You want to know? All right, so we're going to give away a few of our secrets. We know each of you are different, but here are a few action steps depending on your situation. Situation number 1. You are new to the community and you have no idea where to start. First, get to know your new surroundings. Familiarize yourself with the people, places, and things that make that community unique. Let the community know who you are and where you come from. Then, connect with people like you. They share in your passions, your interests, and backgrounds. Then, reach out to the community instead of waiting for the community to reach out to you. And lastly, when you have done all these previous steps, you start to form your own little network and hopefully gain respect from the community members. Situation number 2. This one is personal to me because it's how I used to feel. You feel like you don't belong in the community. Yeah, that's sad, I know. So, find people who look like you. For example, Becky and myself. Yes. Sorry. No, seriously. I grew up in a culturally diverse area, and moving out here, it did not take me long to realize that I did not see myself reflected in those around me. So, connect with those people. Introduce them to your culture. Once you form this small little community, uplift those people and become a leader within that small community. Then, introduce the larger community to your culture. Do that so often that it enhances the existing community. And lastly, this one is important. Remind yourself, you were all great. Yes, give it to me. Give it to me. And that what you are doing will better the community.
Situation number 3. You've lived in the same community and never moved. If you're like me, you may have never left your current community. I grew up in the Berkshires and I remained here. I carved my path to my community by networking with those who I already knew, while along the way found others, like these ones, who love dance just as much as I did. I stayed open-minded when it came to the different cultures and changes brought to my community, while still staying true to the one I grew up loving. From there, I reached out to my already established connections with places like Mass Mocha, Jacob's Pillow, Tanglewood, the Colonial Theater, and many other local dance venues and studios to keep my connections with my previous community relevant and my new community as dysFUNKcrew thriving.
Situation number 4. Maybe you're like us and you're overachievers and you're a part of multiple communities. So how do you connect and balance all of them? Your first step is to self-reflect and determine if you're doing too much. Ask yourself a few questions. Are you still happy? Do you still feel welcomed? Is your best friend a couch and a bottle of wine? It sounds like you might be doing too much back there. So you're gonna wanna, after you reflect, you're going to want to learn how to say no. Take a step back from a few things. The great thing about most communities is that they're long-lasting, and they always welcome back members after a much-needed break. Maybe you're like us, though, and you like being a part of multiple communities. A, B, community C, D, on the weekends sometimes. We're part of a lot. So when that's the case, your next step is to integrate them. Figure out a way to make them work for each other. For example, I'm part of dysFUNKcommunity, but I'm also a part of the MCLA community, where I work there to recruit new students. I have to find ways to make 17-year-olds entertained for hours on end. And what better way to entertain a 17-year-old than a conveniently scheduled dysFUNKcrew rehearsal for them to watch? There is nothing more entertaining than one of our rehearsals, I promise you that. So that's really the key to being a part of multiple communities. Figure out a way to integrate them and make them work for each other. That way you're not working too hard. Now, hopefully you find yourself in one of these 4 situations and you continue to work in your community and uplift those around you. But we have a surprise for you. Surprise. Right here, right now, today, we are going to form our very own community. We're going to ask you to participate. We're going to form a TEDxNorthAdams x dysFUNKcrew community. We've created some noise and some sounds for you all to make, and you are going to be the music as we close out this TED Talk. So, everyone up there in the balcony, I can't really see you, but I know that you're there. You are going to start off. Your move is you're going to clap on the 1 and the 3 beat. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. I can't hear you. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, sounds good. Don't forget it.
All right, everybody over in this section. All right, over here, you're going to stomp your feet with me. And I don't care if you start on the right foot or the left foot. You're going to go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, awesome. Hold tight.
All right, and everybody else, everybody on this side, you're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good job, y'all all are so talented. All so talented. Wow, great. All right, so now I'm gonna count you all off. And before I count you all off, I'm just gonna remind you that to keep making the beat, you are our music, you are our sound. And if you stop when we start dancing, it's gonna be very awkward for us up here. Yeah. So make sure you keep going. We're trusting you. You got this, you got this. All right, Kayla, your group first. I'm gonna count you off. Here you go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Nice. Becky, your group. Nice. My group. Good job, everyone. Good job. So we're going to still become engaged in our community as dysFUNKcrew. We hope that you remain engaged, and if not, you become engaged. We're dysFUNKcrew. Thank you.